Good morning. Today we are outside of the Commissioner Court and we are going to meet a very special guest who represent the county government, protect taxpayer interest, ensure legal compliance, and take very important decisions that matters hundreds of thousands of residents in Fort Bend County. So stay tuned, y'all. See y'all. Welcome to the official at the table with Rana. Today, we are honored to be joined by the distinguished public servant who plays a critical role in upholding justice, transparency, and accountability in Fort Bend County. She is the legal advisor and she is responsible for the law remains lawful in the county. We will welcome County Attorney Bridgette Lawson. How are you doing, ma'am? How are you?
Well, I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for giving time to us in your busy schedule. I really appreciate you, ma'am. Fort Bend County wants to know your journey from attorney into county attorney. How does it work?
I went to U of H undergraduate for my undergraduate degree. I finished in May 2000, and then I promptly went to law school in August 2000, and I finished my law degree in 2003, sat for the bar in July, passed the bar in November, so I became a licensed attorney. At the time, I was responsible for all of the immigration cases for youth who are in foster care, and that included representing them at removal proceedings in court and also adjusting their status with USCIS. So throughout all of that, in 2019, I stepped out on faith and ran for this office. I'd never ran for office before, had no intentions to really be in politics. But when I heard the incumbent was retiring, I knew that I had a unique skill set based on all of the years of experience that I had with the state to be in this role. And then I ran for office, and here I am.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
You seem like the most qualified candidate or sitting elected official in Fort Bend County, because I did not know this about you. Like, you started your journey from being an attorney, then immigration, right?
Yes.
Which is the most of the people's problem over here because they come from different countries. I'm immigrant myself, right? We come from different country. The major issue we face is immigration.
But in this role, I don't get a chance to practice immigration. But I do know enough to where if something comes up, say for instance with our Human Resources Department, we are required whenever we hire people to go through certain documentation. I know enough to say that when this became an issue, to recognize how it could impact our operations here in the county.
People of Fort Bend County wants to know what is your primary responsibility being a county attorney?
All right.
Right. What major things you're responsible for?
Okay. So let me kind of summarize it really quick, because sometimes they'll mix my office up with Brian Middleton.
Exactly.
So Brian Middleton is the district attorney. He's the chief criminal prosecutor for Fort Bend County. I am the chief civil prosecutor, so everything that's not criminal. And so under the civil umbrella, we have maybe about 25 different subject matters of law that we're handling here on this floor and upstairs. We represent all of the county department heads and the elected officials under the county umbrella. So that could be 57 different departments.
Right.
There's about 3,500 employees that work for the county. So everything from dangerous dogs, animal seizure cases, mental health, drafting contracts. If the county is being sued or having to sue, we represent the county. In addition to our regulatory enforcement actions, and those could be everything from junk cars to taking down concrete plants to making sure that even builders in the neighborhoods who are constructing new neighborhoods are doing what they're supposed to protect debris from going into our water systems. That could be everything from drafting agreements for our new parks, for the epicenter, the sheriff's training facility, and so much more. We are the one-stop legal shop for all things county government. In addition, as we're standing here in Commissioner's Court, our office is responsible for giving guidance and legal advice to our commissioners. Now, we don't.
What do you say in today's date, like when things are very critical out there, the government is against a lot of communities. What message you have for those communities who are surviving in Fort Bend County?
Well, I will say this. I'm a black woman. I'm a minority myself. I've dealt with a lot of discrimination in my life. I don't like to see it. I love people, and you can't be in public service if you don't like people. All people, whether they look like you, worship like you, love like you, it doesn't matter. For me, I would say to any group that is experiencing what we would say discrimination in this time, please stand strong and be encouraged, and know that other minority groups, we see it and we recognize it for what it is, and we stand with you. If not physically, we stand with you emotionally, and we want you to know to weather through these times. And just like we made it through the civil rights movement of the 60s, we're going to make it through these times, and we're going to be better as a unified people when we are done.
You have beautifully answered this question, ma'am. So, ma'am, your office is responsible for protecting taxpayer resources.
Yes, sir.
How do you manage all that?
So every employee in Fort Bend County has a duty to manage our resources and save the taxpayer dollars. My office in particular, we do our very best in trying to provide legal solutions for the county with whatever legal problems that they have that will not only look at what's best for the county, but what also saves money for the county. That also means looking for creative financial solutions that are driven by legal remedies so that it can provide an opportunity for extra funds to be infused for county services. And what I mean by that is tax increment reinvestment zones,
right.
TERS, or county assistant districts, CADs. Those are just two examples of legal remedies that we provide in terms of a legal source or a legal solution for our commissioners so that they can save taxpayer dollars outside of the budget, but create other methods and mechanisms of revenue for the county.
Sure. What is the difference between your office and district attorney's office? What like you have mentioned already, what are the primary roles, right? But district attorney office, they have investigator's office.
Yes.
In there. You have investigator's office.
Yes.
What is the difference between two?
So the district attorney, Brian Middleton, handles everything that is criminal. Those are the cases that are the state of Texas versus an individual that will result in some sort of jail confinement or a fine or both. My office is responsible for everything that is civil. So nothing criminal do we handle.
Right. So are you connected with these district courts?
Yes.
Or if some case is over there, because there are civil court cases too, right?
Yes.
So you're responsible for them too?
Well, the district judges are represented by the Texas Attorney General's office because they are really state employees. They may ask questions of our office from time to time because we're right down the street from them. We're probably more accessible to them, but their legal advisor is the Texas Attorney General's office, but we do provide assistance to them as needed. So one thing that I'm very proud of is for the first time, our office has been used as a mechanism to ensure and complement public safety that our law enforcement, including the Sheriff Fagan, DA Middleton, and our constables have been trying to do to make Fort Bend County safe for years. And we have illicit massage parlor regulations. So when a sting operation occurs, the law enforcement agencies, and including sometimes the DA's office, their investigators, they will go in and arrest people and get the evidence that they need for criminal prosecution. And my investigators will get the information and evidence that we need to pursue civil remedies, which could be notice of violation letters and any other actions that we can take to pretty much shut down the establishment.
So I have two questions in one question,
Okay.
right? First thing is, do you get help or collaborate with the local law enforcement like constable's office or sheriff's office? Secondly, do you get extra budget from the commissioner's court for this human trafficking, or you have to manage human trafficking in the same budget?
Yes, we collaborate with law enforcement all the time. Our office is actually their legal advisor. So we advise the sheriff's office and the constables. We're their lawyers. But as it comes to any type of actions on the addressing human trafficking, we partner with them. So typically on a sting operation, you're going to have the sheriff's office, you may have some federal agents, you may have some state troopers, you may have a conglomerate of different law enforcement agencies that are present on the same sting. We all should be on the same page as it relates to public safety. Now, your question regarding the budget, we do everything with the budget that the commissioner's court gives us. Sometimes it may seem impossible, but I'm here every day. My lawyers are here every day, support staff. We give it 100% effort, and we make do with the budget that we have. Fortunately, we have been able to grow our office and get more lawyers, which is in direct response to the needs of our client, a growing county government system. So we've been able to get more lawyers and support staff. But by far, we manage with what we have, and we do the best of what we can with the budget that we have every year.
That's beautiful. So what advice do you want to give it to the youth or newcomer attorneys or lawyers who wants to be in a public service? People look at you as a role model, right? What advice you have for the youth?
Okay.
Yeah.
So for the youth, I would tell you, if public service is your passion, start with making sure that you have the education that lines up or lends itself to public service. That means if you're looking at your undergraduate degree and your postgraduate plans, make sure that it is a study or a curriculum that will give you that necessary exposure to public administration.
What does it mean to you? Integrity, transparency, and accountability.
To me, those are the things that a leader should have. We hear a lot of these words being kind of thrown around just like magical dust. But those are not just words, those are value systems. And those have to be how you operate, not just in the workspace, but in the home space, how you show up at HEB when you're grocery shopping, all of those things. So integrity is always about doing the right thing when nobody is looking. Transparency means allowing for people to understand the process of your work, even if they don't get to see the exact work. And for a law office, that means although everything is confidential, you may not be able to see the documents. You can understand that we're here every day providing those services. Feel like doing, it's about the calling, what God has placed on me to do in this time and in this space. And I want to be the best that I can during the time that He given me the opportunity to do so.
Right. How do you manage personal and professional life?
You manage it by getting up every day and doing all that you're supposed to do in that day. As a wife, as a mother, and as a full-time employee for the past 23 years or so, I never think twice of it. This is the blessing that God has given me, and I'm going to do it. He's blessed me with a family. He's blessed me with a job, and I have to approach it as, oh, this is not something I have to do. It's something I'm blessed to do. I'm blessed to be a mother, I'm blessed to be a wife, blessed to be doing this work. And so when you come at it with that lens, it doesn't seem as hard or unsurmountable as it could be, because you're happy to do it. And so of course too, I have to also reflect that I have a really good calendar that tracks everything. I've got a great assistant, Kayla. She keeps me calendared, and I just love to do it. So even on the weekends when I have community events, I communicate to my family and I let them know all the obligations that I have, and I just build my schedule accordingly.
Well, thank you so much, County
thank
Attorney,
you.
for
Thank
this
you.
beautiful interview and
Thank
giving
you.
a lot of knowledge to our people of resident of Fort Bend County. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you for the
All right.
opportunity.
No problem.